Is Apple fooling us? Or did they just create the most powerful professional tablet in history? The brand new M4 iPad Pro is here, and it's thinner than your iPhone, faster than most laptops, and somehow still running iPad OS. But here's the burning question. Is it really made for professionals, or just priced like it is? Today, we're going to deep. We're going to test, compare, stress, and scrutinize every part of the M4 iPad Pro to find out if it's truly the future of mobile productivity or just a very expensive slab of metal and glass. Welcome to TechWave 65. Let's get into it. When Apple launched the M4 iPad Pro, the reaction was split. On one hand, jaw-dropping hardware. On the other hand, an avalanche of skepticism. It's just an iPad. It runs mobile apps. Who needs this much power on a tablet? But here's where things get real. Apple didn't just upgrade the processor. They redefined the whole concept of what a tablet can be, at least on paper. So here's our challenge. Put the M4 iPad Pro to the test in real professional workflows. Video editing, 3D rendering, audio production, coding, multitasking, and digital art. We'll compare it to MacBooks, older iPads, Windows 2-in-1s, and even the M2 iPad Pro to see how it stacks up. Not just in speed, but in usability, value, flexibility, and long-term potential. Let's start with the specs. The M4 iPad Pro features Apple's latest M4 chip built on a second-gen 3nm process. T comes with up to a 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, and 16-core neural engine. The same architecture found in high-end MacBooks. But inside a tablet that's just 5.1mm thin, that's thinner than the iPod Nano. It's also the first Apple device to ship with the M4, even before any Mac. That's not just marketing, that's Apple betting big on the iPad as a future-first platform. Now let's talk about display. This iPad Pro features a brand new tandem OLED Ultra Retina XDR display, and it is breathtaking. It uses two OLED panels stacked together to achieve up to 1000 nits full-screen brightness and 1600 nits peak HDR, with perfect blacks and insane contrast. Whether you're color grading, retouching photos, or sketching concept art, this screen is built for precision. And it comes in 11-inch and 13-inch variants, with both offering the same incredible quality. Apple's claim? It's the most advanced display ever on a tablet. Our verdict? Honestly, they might be right. So hardware? Absolutely top tier. But the real challenge comes next. Does this power translate into a real pro experience? Let's start with video editing. And we used both LumaFusion and DaVinci Resolve for this. With a 4K multicam timeline, color corrections, effects, and transitions, the M4 iPad Pro barely flinched. Rendering was nearly as fast as an M3 MacBook Pro, and in some cases, faster due to optimization. Exporting a 10-minute 4K project, done in under 4 minutes, scrubbing was butter smooth. No dropped frames, no lag. So if you're a video editor on the go, this tablet can absolutely handle real workloads. But here's the catch. Final Cut Pro on iPad is still a limited version, lacking things like plugins, advanced multicam controls, and third-party integration. It's good, but not desktop level yet. And that's the story we keep running into. Next up, 3D design and modeling. Using Nomad Sculpt and Shapr 3D, we pushed high poly models and complex rendering. The M4's GPU acceleration and neural engine handled it impressively. Object manipulation, lighting, texture rendering, all super responsive. But again, software is the limiter. No Blender, no full Autodesk suite. What's here works beautifully, but the Pro app ecosystem just isn't as broad or deep as on a Mac or PC. What about music production? With the new Logic Pro for iPad, we tested full multi-track sessions with plugins and live instruments. This is where the iPad shines. Low latency, fast rendering, and an intuitive touch interface make it a dream for music creators on the move. The M4 chip handles complex projects effortlessly. even more efficiently than an M2 MacBook Air. But there are workflow limitations, like managing files, external drives, and lack of robust MIDI support. Still, it's probably the most pro-ready experience on the iPad outside of illustration. Speaking of which, for digital artists, the M4 iPad Pro might be the single best device on the planet. Paired with the Apple Pencil Pro, which now has barrel roll support, haptic feedback, and custom squeeze actions, drawing on this display is stunning. Apps like Procreate, Affinity Photo, and Adobe Fresco fly on the M4. Zero latency, perfect pressure sensitivity, and display fidelity that rivals Wacom displays, without needing an external tablet. This is where iPad OS and touch-first design actually outperform traditional setups. For artists, the M4 iPad Pro is absolutely pro-level. Let's talk productivity and coding. Using apps like Textastic, Working Copy, and Juno, you can code on an iPad, and with remote tools or SSH, even run back-end servers or compile apps. But iPad OS still limits terminal access, lacks full IDEs like Xcode, and multitasking with floating windows is clunky. Stage Manager has improved, but it still feels like a touch-optimized OS pretending to be desktop. You can attach a keyboard, trackpad, even an external display, and it works. But you're always bumping into friction. You're not using a computer. You're using a tablet trying to act like one. Now, the M4 iPad Pro versus MacBook Pro comparison. Here's the truth. The M4 iPad Pro beats many M2 and even M3 Macs in raw performance, especially in short, high-intensity bursts. Its fanless design and efficient thermal envelope make it a silent powerhouse. But the MacBook still wins in flexibility, app support, file management, and multitasking. For any professional who needs multiple apps, external drives, developer tools, or serious multi-window workflows, the MacBook Pro still rules. So let's hit the core of the question. Who is this really for? If you're a digital artist, musician, mobile filmmaker, or field creator, the M4 iPad Pro is probably the best portable creative tool on the market. It's light, insanely fast, has the best display in any mobile device, and pairs beautifully with the Pencil Pro. For those creators, it's not just worth it, it's a game changer. But if you're a coder, data scientist, photographer working with RAWs, or anyone who needs full system access, external storage control, app automation, or hardcore multitasking, the iPad OS limits are still very real. The hardware is pro. The software isn't quite there yet. And that's the big twist. The M4 iPad Pro isn't too powerful for iPad OS. It's waiting for iPad OS to catch up. It's a future-proof device in a present limited OS. Apple knows that. That's why they keep pushing Final Cut, Logic, external display support, Stage Manager. They're getting closer, but they're not there yet. So should you buy it? Here's the bottom line. If you're an artist or musician who wants the best touch-based creative machine in the world, get it. No question. If you're replacing a laptop for professional productivity or coding, think twice. If you already own an M2 iPad Pro, the M4 model is better, but maybe not essentially better, unless the OLED display and Pencil Pro are must-haves for you. If you're future-minded and want the device that's ready for what Apple might allow iPad OS to become, this is your ticket. In many ways, the M4 iPad Pro isn't just a tablet. It's Apple's vision of the future. A future where devices aren't labeled tablet or computer, but are simply tools. The only thing holding it back is the OS. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 65.